speak some truths, if you don't mind.
Yes.
Because my understanding, based on reports I'm getting from campaigns and communities, is that we have not yet seen the same kinds of energy and turnout in all quarters of our neighborhoods and communities as we saw when I was running. Now, I also want to say that that seems to be more pronounced with the brothers. So if you don't mind, just for a second, I'm going to speak to you.
Well, hello there, partner. Go on and hang up your hat, grab yourself a whiskey, and pull up in the easy chair. We're coming off the range of 9 to 5s with a whole herd of news stories that we've been steaming over like a cow patty in the Texas heat. As they say, the chickens are finally coming home to roost. And we're here to ruffle some feathers and ensure accountability ain't just a concept, it's reality. It's that time where the day's drama casts its longest shadow. So let's light a candle to the chaos of current events, the whirlwind of politics, and the tangled webs of corruption that we find ourselves entwined by. It's time to ramble our way into the twilight. Welcome to Sunset Rants.
What's going on, folks?
What's up?
What's up? What's up? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Sunset Rants, where we catch you up with the breaking news, headlines, and posts to get you caught up at sunset. I'm AK, your favorite guy, and tonight we've got 3 weeks to go till Election Day. Obama tells me I have failed the Democratic Party. Oh boy. Let's see how that goes.
Daddy angry.
And a third assassination attempt, allegedly, and a story about a real-life Tony Stark.
I'm excited.
There we go. That's right. Before we get started, we got my beautiful co-host. She must be a glutton for punishment because she's still here for some godforsaken reason. But what's going on?
I'm doing great. Hey, listen, we got some news and we're here for you guys. It's Monday. It's sunset. Let's get it on.
Beautiful. Well, you can find me on X at @therealroma_AK and Biddy at Elizabitty213A. We now have a Discord that's open to the public where we're currently looking for like-minded individuals to join the Roman Nation and Sunset Rants team. Yes. If you think you got what it takes to be a researcher, producer, content creator, this is the place where we can help you make that happen. Because I believe that everyone should have the ability to spread their word in the post-cancel culture society. The link link is in the description below. Also, check out our website. As I get that up, boom, there it is. Sunset Rants is part of the Rise Middle America Network, where you can see our most recent content, news, rants, deep dives, as well as upcoming events that you don't want to miss. So if you want more breaking news, stories on the ground coverage of events happening here in America, we have a link at the bottom of the page where you can make a monetary contribution to help us create content for all of our viewers. So please like, comment, subscribe, and help us push this post-cancel culture society to the next level. Without further ado, what do you feel like starting with first?
Oh, let's go Obama, because this is making some... Oh, man. People are not happy, bro.
I can't, I honestly can't believe, he had the audacity to say this. Now, we're going to continue on from what you saw here in our beginning segment. Let's see what else Obama has to say.
The lecture continues.
It really does.
So if you don't mind, just for a second, I'm going to speak to y'all directly. And say that when you have a choice that is this clear, when on the one hand you have somebody who grew up like you, knows you, went to college with you, understands the struggles and pain and joy that comes from those experiences.
Stop. I'm sorry, like us?
Yeah.
She lived in Canada.
Yeah. I mean, she did wash her collard greens in the bathtub, so I mean, that's got to be relatable to a bunch of people.
Oh, I've never done that. I don't know what you're talking about.
I mean, if I remember correctly, most people, because I watch a lot of like food channels and stuff like that, and usually people of the Black community, they are really, really big on being very clean, washing your meat, like that. There's a lot of debates about that and all that other kind of stuff. Cleaning like your space like crazily before you move on to the next thing. So the fact that she thought she was gonna appeal to the Black community by saying she washes her collard greens in the bathtub is actually comical.
I like all the way up to that point, I had never heard about that, like ever in my entire life. So, so I guess she's 0 for 1. Let's continue.
Yeah.
Who's had to work harder and do more and overcome and achieves the second highest office in the land and is putting forward concrete proposals to directly address the things that are vital in our neighborhoods and our communities.
Next stopping point. I don't even think he believes she's going to win.
No.
Like, do you see him stuttering?
Yeah.
And kind of like trying to think of what to say?
Yeah, he has a very arrogant speech pattern. Like he'll say something and then he'll like look at you and take a big dramatic pause and then he'll continue. But like, him saying like achieving the second highest office in the land. Okay, she didn't even make it through the primaries and then she was chosen after even calling Biden racist to be his VP. So whatever. You want to point that out as she made it there? Okay.
I guess everything's water under the bridge. But what I really want to know is why is Obama trying to replace The Rock? Like, look at this. Look at his whole style. Like, what does he try to do here?
He's doing like the eyebrow.
Exactly. Who does he think he's trying to fool?
Bro.
But again, policies. Like, you had 4 years to push these policies. You had 4 years to get this done. Like, I mean, where was it? What policies are they talking about?
And that's why they tried so hard to make the case that the VP doesn't have that much power, that she had nothing to do with any of the Biden policies, that she didn't have the power to make decisions. But then when it started coming out that, hey, she was the tie-breaking vote, because that is her position as VP, to be the tie-breaking vote on bills and how those bills panned out as far as in people's pockets, number one. And you can't tell somebody who can't make their rent or can't pay their bills that everything is fine. They know, they feel it. So now they're trying this. It's like they're throwing a Hail Mary and they didn't make that touchdown.
Okay, so blame the victim.
Right.
Got it. All right, let's move on. This is from MJ Truth Ultra on X.
Oh, I love
Hot damn!
I love this.
Rapper and recorder producer Lord Lamar unloads on Kamala Harris and says he will not be bullied into voting for her because she's black. She ain't black. All right. He wrote everything here, but here let's just go in and see what he said.
People want to act like Trump is the worst motherfucker in the world, but guess what? He was already president, and all this shit you talking about didn't happen. He didn't make himself a dictator, and this whole shit about he's gonna make himself a dictator is really taken so out of context that it's ridiculous. He said he'd make himself a dictator on the first day, to implement some shit, and then, but that was, trust me, said tongue in cheek. It was not said seriously. Y'all already living in Project 2024. Okay, you worried about Project 2025 when they already ran Project 2020 on you with the scandemic and all that fucking bullshit. Like, what the fuck are y'all really even talking about? Y'all trying to act like scare me into thinking that he's so bad that I should just vote for this broad just because. But guess what? I feel that she's so bad. She's the one that scares me. So I feel that she's so bad that guess what? I might just go fuck around and vote for Trump.
Okay.
All right. Sorry. I didn't know there was going to be that many bad words.
Yeah. He was throwing bombs. But you know what? He's passionate because he's pissed. This is the sentiment through all social media. I've seen it on TikTok. I can't even count how many videos I've seen from black men coming out and saying, like, who are you talking to, Obama? Like, you're trying to tell me that I don't know like how to do my research. I don't know what's going on. You're trying to tell me that you need to tell me that I'm doing wrong for my family and for my, for my country. Like it's crazy. And that's why people are so passionate. That's why he's throwing F-bombs everywhere. But it's really funny. I love when he brought out the, he's definitely doing Jedi mind tricks, but he brought out the part about you're already in Project 2024. You already had Project 2020. He's telling you. And as a female, can I just say, this is what we like to see. We like to see our men, because our men are the ones that are supposed to be protecting us from this tyranny. And these men are stepping up and saying, you are not going to like shame me into voting for somebody who I know is bad for this country and for my family and for the people here, the women and children I'm supposed to be protecting.
Amen. Amen, Biddy. That was a Biddy rant.
It was.
That was our very first Biddy rant that we've had on Sunset Rants.
I mean,
but on top of that, why is the Harris campaign bringing out, the greatest, most loved president of all time? Could it be because she needed to add a little color to the equation? Because let's just be honest, all right? She's half Indian, half Jamaican. All right, I'm not saying that makes her any less American or whatnot, but this whole thing about, she's going to be the first female black president. Okay, so this is okay for her, but wait a minute, what about this?
What you got?
No,
That is the vibe of this whole thing.
All right, I'm asking you one more time. Tell me one thing Riley Gaines has said, this far-right lunatic who's lying apparently. Tell me one thing she said that is actually factually untrue.
Like I said before, trying to position
You can't answer, can
and
you?
over-index transgender people in sports. I said it again. Over-indexing the role of transgender people in sports as if it poses a threat to cisgender women.
Please stop
There you
abusing
go.
women by calling us cisgender. Women are just women, right? Anything else?
So
I probably should have looked at this video before. I'm trying to find the one spot where.
Listen, I'm loving it anyway, because it's like don't even.
If I identify
intellectually
Oh, here we
dishonest.
go. Here we go. I found it.
In earnest,
That's intellectually dishonest.
if I identify,
That's intellectually dishonest.
maybe it's a question you don't want to answer, isn't it? If self-identity is limitless,
Because if
I'm
race is
now a
not the
black
same
man
as gender.
called Ernest.
Because race
Am
is not
I?
the same as gender.
Am I a black man if I say I'm a black man?
Say it again.
Am I a black man
Listen,
if I say I'm a black
you
man?
can be.
Am I?
No, because
Okay.
you're a white man.
Thank you.
The way he said now.
No.
Right. But that's the crazy thing, is that on one hand it's all identity politics and believe the person and how dare you question their position on a particular grievance, and then on the other hand you would say that like, oh, you can't, you're pushing people into too many different back walls, and that's what happens. It starts eating each other. It starts eating itself.
Right. And to give you an idea of how bad Kamala Harris is doing right now, this is the poly market. Oh boy, we're 3 weeks away from the election. And this is just, my goodness. So what is it saying here? It's saying that he's supposed to get Ohio, potentially, let's see, Pennsylvania, no, but North Carolina and Georgia and Arizona. Like he gets those 3, it's over.
Mm-hmm.
Like there is no other path.
Yep.
No matter how you look at this. So, I
It's
don't know.
good.
I don't know. Well, I mean, maybe they need like a manly man to jump in.
Listen, I'm not afraid. Like I said before, I'm not afraid to say I am a woman. Hi, me. I'm a woman, and I want a strong male leader. I'm sorry. That's just the long and short of it. Now, if she actually was qualified, if she actually was strong, if she actually made a good case for being able to lead, then I'd look at it differently. Maybe, I don't know, because I have a lot of gripes with it, you know. But at the same time, Trump is the leader we want and what we need. And you're not going to sit there and tell us that we're doing it wrongly because of identity politics, because we don't care about that. If I can't buy food from my home, then I'm not voting for you because of your the bad policies.
Right. No, I completely understand, but obviously she has a strong running mate that can kind of get the job done, right?
Yeah.
Let's see.
Oh dear.
Governor, what kind of gun is it?
This was a Beretta A400. I bought it when I was shooting a lot of trap because it has a kind of their patented thing, a kickoff. So when you get old, it doesn't hurt your shoulder.
Come on, let's see you, manly man. Oh, there he is.
Does he actually, take off with it, or is it just him loading?
I don't know. I guess he had a hard time trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
I guess we'll find out another time. But anyways, let's go ahead and move on to the Gateway Pundit. Breaking: armed man arrested outside of Trump Coachella rally with fake VIP and press passes in likely third assassination attempt, says the sheriff. The Riverside County Sheriff's Office in California reported an armed man with a fake VIP and press passes for President Trump's rally in Coachella was arrested at a security checkpoint near the rally site around 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Also, the man was reportedly barred from entering the rally after a bomb detection police dog alerted on him. Oh. On Saturday, October 12th, 2024, 4:59, deputies assigned former President Donald Trump's rally at the Coachella Valley contacted the driver of a black SUV at a checkpoint intersection of Avenue 52 and Celebration Drive. The man driver, identified as Vem Miller, a 49-year-old resident of Las Vegas, was found to be illegally in possession of a shotgun, a loaded handgun, and a high-capacity magazine. Miller was taken into custody without incident and later booked at the John J. Benoit Detention Center for possession and loaded firearm and possession of a high-capacity magazine. This incident did not impact the safety of former President Trump and attendees at the event. Now, here's the thing. I don't know. If you know, you know. There's somebody that came out with a video who was supposedly this person.
Right.
All right. And said that everything that everybody said on the media was actually false. Now, I'm going to take this with a grain of salt because I did a lot of research on this and I couldn't really find out much of who this person was. But they were willing to put themselves on the internet. So what's yours is mine. So let's find out.
Oh.
And probably the reason that God put me in that situation in order to be able to expose really what's going on. And so every time I've gone to a Nevada rally and notified the police, it's been a non-issue. They've thanked me for the courtesy of notifying them. They've said, obviously, you can't take your firearms. I wouldn't even think of doing such a stupid thing. And they've been fine. They've been fine. And the critical mistake I made is, I guess, forgetting the location that I was in California. So I drive up with my special entry pass. And by the way, they're saying I had a counterfeit pass. That's a bunch of nonsense. I could prove that I had a special entry pass directed to me, sent directly to me by officials within the Republican Party of Nevada. I was an actual invitee to that event. So as I'm driving, there's an area where you enter the parking lot after you pass a sheriff. I pull up to the sheriff. I say, Well, actually, I should take that back. I'm not 100% sure he was a sheriff. He was wearing a sheriff vest, but a lot of those
Okay, so this video is 17 minutes long. I'm not gonna bore you through this guy's monotone, sexy voice, but so allegedly he entered the checkpoint. He told the officers right up front and said, "Hey, I have a weapon. I have a couple of weapons in the back. You can check them if you want. Everything is you can ask me to turn around if you want." And they were like, "Okay, well, just go ahead and pull over to the side here." Well, he's saying allegedly that they told him to get out of the vehicle, turn around, put his hands behind his back. Okay. And then they put him into a sheriff's vehicle with no AC in the desert of California for 2 hours.
Whoa.
All right.
Okay.
So during this time, I guess they were either trying to check his credentials, trying to check his passes, all that other stuff. But anyways, like I said, I'm not exactly sure if this is the guy. I mean, to come on camera and state this, where that the internet is going to figure out who you are.
Right. The internet's forever. Yep.
Right. But they kept him in the vehicle for a couple hours, 2 hours in the heat, and I guess 2 hours they finally turned on the AC. He has a bunch of blood sugar problems. He had a drink that was in the vehicle that he needed that had a bunch of supplements in it that they would not allow him to have. The story was, it's wild, but we live in wild times. So, so what do you think?
I don't know. Like, I looked up a couple of things. I was seeing like, it says Miller is a former political candidate who came in third place in the 2022 Republican primary for Nevada State Assembly seat. So if that's the case, wouldn't he have been invited? If that's true.
Right. Exactly. And not just that, but one, I wouldn't put this past California. Two, who's telling the truth? Number three, why would you bring your weapons knowing that you're going to California and that, the current state of Trump affairs? He mentions in this video that he wants to get a FOIA request or an internal affairs report so that he could see the video of them talking about him being a Trump supporter and how they're going to do whatever.
Right. However they're going to spin that.
Yeah, exactly. But I think that's really going to be the only way that we're going to see some truth get to light. Yeah.
Thank God for those FOIA requests that they're available to the public. But yeah, like because I'm looking it up. There was like, that they found that he had some fake multiple passports with different names, unregistered vehicle with fake license plate, and loaded firearms. That's supposedly what's also being reported. So, is that the reason why they stopped him? Was something like peeking out, where they thought, okay, that's a weapon, and they pulled him over and made him get out of the car? I mean, there's a lot of questions still. And like like what we say, you want to make sure before you nail down like a specific, like this is what went down,
Exactly. Yeah. So I'm pretty sure something's going to be coming out in the upcoming days. I mean, a lot of people jumped on this story. We've been kind of hiding in the background on it, but we've been looking around, seeing what we could find. I haven't really found much, but I'm pretty sure it will come out.
It's good that you do that, because a lot of these media people they're just like, they're rabid, like especially the corporate media. They want to jump on things, and a lot of the times they get it wrong, and then they have to retract their statements. So it's good to make sure, to be responsible what you're giving out to the people.
Exactly. But anyways, We'll keep you guys updated on that. I'm pretty sure one of these other days, once we get more information, we'll make sure that we put that out there.
Absolutely.
But next, over the past couple of days, Elon Musk, aka Tony Stark, has unveiled his new cybercab, cyberbus, and humanoid AI.
Oh boy.
There's literally like 18 movies on why this is a bad idea.
I know. Did you see the creator of iRobot, Alex Proyas? He said, "Hey Elon, can I have my designs back?" And he got crushed in the chat from people just like showing like pictures of old movies with the same kind of designs, and old like trains and stuff that look just like the bus. So
that's crazy. And he also had a he had a SpaceX launch where they actually caught the rocket.
I saw that. It was trippy.
Like, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Like, what kind of technology does he have in there? Like, what's in the bag? You
Yeah.
know?
It's usually like you right. The 7. Yes. What's in the box?
What's in the box?
Oh my god.
What's in the
Yeah,
ship?
because it usually when they do this, they try to do it over like water or something, and it's like, you kiss your tuchus, hoping that everything goes well, but
Landing burn. 13 inches.
Hold on, I'm gonna put this out here. But look at this. Look at how insane this is. Like, are you kidding me?
I just keep hearing Jim Carrey like a glove.
Like a glove. Dude,
Wow.
That is insane.
Like, I don't think people really understand how amazing that is. Like, how difficult that must have been to execute. Like,
I'll tell you what. My producer's saying it's all the same tech. It literally is. But that tells you how far we've come within like 20 years.
Yeah.
Because this is hold on. My producer wants to come up and say something real quick. Give me a second.
It's a good story. We're itching.
Hey, how's it going, lads and ladies? So
Hey.
so for me, why I'm so amazed is just remember, NASA, the US government, all these so-called like heroes in space age, they all said Elon Musk couldn't do any of this stuff. They all said, no, you have to rely on the government, like, small individuals, like, companies, all stuff. They don't have the resources. They can't pull the brain, the think tanks. They don't have the, like, this shows why big government is a terrible idea.
That's true. I actually forgot about that.
Like, this is why, no, this is like look at every technological advancement throughout history. It was all just one guy or a small group of lads who just be like, yeah, you know what? I don't care what everyone's saying. I don't care what the social dogma. I'm just going to figure the stuff out.
Yeah.
I mean, there's that, what's that guy, Archimedes? I mean, he was just some random dude and he helps, like, the city went to him to ask him his help to defend the city. Like, he wasn't a government official. He was just some dude who knew some numbers really well. And he was so good at his job. Yeah. The invading force said, okay, whatever you do, don't kill this guy. We want him on our side. And then some random guy messed it up, and that's the whole story. But that's what I'm saying. Like,
Right.
this is what happens when we allow people to be individuals and, like, just go for it. That's the only benefit of capitalism. Like, the socialists will never admit that. Even the Soviets had to admit most of the stuff they got, they had to steal from the West. They had spies sending over, like, stealing all their stuff. They got it from the German scientists they kidnapped during the invasion in World War II.
Yeah.
Like, the Soviets can't do anything. They just have to look at whatever people are doing to find a cheeper copy. That's it. Anyway,
it's that freedom.
This is my the Irish rant to me. All right,
Irish rant.
No, it's great.
Thank you very much, man. So Elon's catching rockets. I can't catch a break. So, moving on.
Well, Obama told you you're doing it wrong, so.
All right, so this is again the Gateway Pundit. Mysterious drone fleet breaches U.S. military airspace for 17 consecutive days without deterrence. What?
Chinese spy balloon part 2.
Oh, these aren't even balloons. These are like, have you seen what the drones have been doing over in Ukraine? Like, this is, okay, I want to take this down. This has always been my biggest fear, is this particular event happening around the election. And with people being in outdoor spaces and things like that, all these people coming across the border, like, you put this together, FBI releasing, catching people, whatnot, like, how do we know that this stuff isn't already built and just sitting around the United States, just waiting to be used?
Oh my goodness. Yeah. I know it's a great point. It's a great point, and that's why we need security. That's why we need transparency. That's why we ask for these things as people, and by denying us these rights of security and a safe home, like this is what goes down. And it's like, whether or not you're in on it as a government, which is is alleged, obviously, but whether or not you have some insight on this and you're just letting it happen, or you're dumb enough to allow this to go on and you didn't figure it out. It's both is like scary.
Yeah, because it makes you wonder, like, who's in charge.
Right.
Like, who's in charge?
Jill.
What do we do here then? Because God forbid there's a mass casualty event because our own, like, they're not even stopping them over military bases, which I'm pretty sure they have the technology to catch these things.
Well, that's what I always thought. Don't we? Because I asked that one time. I forgot, either on a show or in like, in our Discord setting when we're just having conversations, like how, like, we don't have an Iron Dome, right? Israel does, but we have other kind of technology which are like sensors, so that way when things come into our airspace or get close, we get alerted. The right people that are supposed to be monitoring these things get alerted. But then we have all of these instances happening, and it's like, well, is somebody going to turn it on? Like, is it off? Like, what's happening? Should you unplug it and plug it back?
Nothing happened last time. It'll just bypass us. Just let it go. Let it go.
And further and further, like how, like, we pay our taxes for you guys to do these kinds of things, and what are you doing other than just sending it overseas to protect other countries? Are you protecting us or what?
Exactly. So once again, my main question, who's in charge? Who's the one making that decision? Because clearly, like, there's a huge breach, and not just the trust in our government, but also like in protections all around. And it all started July 13th. Never forget.
That's right. Yeah, there is definitely a disconnect in the chain of command too. I would imagine, because it's not like generals and people that are watching these things 24/7. It's like it's regular military people. So I would think that they would see something, they would report it, and then it goes up, and what they do with it after that, I don't know.
Operation Paperclip. There it is.
Oh dear.
There it is.
Yeah.
What's it? Brian said, put Elon in charge. That's right. What is it called? The Department of Government Efficiency, other known as Doge.
Yeah, he's gonna take the kitchen sink out, just like he did with X. Yeah. Everything plus the kitchen sink.
Exactly. So going across the pond, this is from Barons.com. China says launches military drills around Taiwan. It just doesn't end. It literally doesn't end. We're never going to run out of content. So China on Monday launched military drills around Taiwan. Beijing's defense ministry said, sending planes and ships to encircle the self-ruled island. The exercise is dubbed Joint Sword 2024B, nice name, test the joint operations capabilities of the Theater Command troops. They are taking place in areas to the north, south, and east of Taiwan Island. Captain Li Ji, spokesperson of Chinese Military Eastern Theater Command, said. The drills are focusing on subjects of sea-air combat readiness. I wonder what that's going to be for. Hold on. I can't see this.
Oh my gosh.
I'm so blind.
I mean, they're literally saying it like, oh, go ahead, continue.
Exactly. Readiness patrol, blockade, and key ports and areas, as well as assault on maritime and ground targets and joint seizure of comprehensive superiority. Like, that's just... I'm here, you're here.
Right. Right. Very well broken down for the people. He did it. No, really, though. That's literally what it was.
Exactly. China has ramped up military activity around Taiwan in recent years, sending in warplanes and other military aircraft while ships maintain a near constant presence around the island's waters. All right, Beijing has not ruled out using force to bring democratically run island under its control. The United States and Taiwan have urged China against taking action and responsibility to the speech of Taiwanese President Lai Ching-te during the island's National Day celebrations last week. Lai, who took office in May, had been more outspoken than his predecessor, Xi Ing-wen, I hope I'm saying that right, in defense of Taiwan's sovereignty, angering the Chinese government, which is the fake government, which calls him a separatist. Whoops, did I say that out loud? Take that back, YouTube. No, in his speech Thursday, Lei vowed to resist annexation of the island and insist Beijing and Taipei were subordinate to each other. This is going to happen in the next month.
Yeah,
that's my prediction.
Yeah, it goes back to the thing you said before, like who's in charge here, And it's like with the cats away, the mice will play. And we're seeing that all over the world. Is like all of these countries that want to take over and take more land and want to, you know, do more things. They become emboldened because we're not doing anything. Even though we send billions of dollars, it doesn't seem to be doing the trick. Because when Trump was here, he wasn't sending billions of dollars, and everybody was on chill mode. Yeah,
everything was fine.
Mm-hmm.
And I wonder why.
Yeah.
Because they had to hide their operations of money laundering. But anyways, yeah, I think this is going to boil over at some point. At some point within the next month, we're going to start seeing this because they've been doing this for the last couple of years, but now they're starting to essentially they're putting their chess pieces in place.
Right. I mean, the Taiwanese people got to be like losing their minds right now too. I mean, I feel so bad for them over there because they just want, I mean, just like anybody else, you just want to live, you want to take care of your family, you just want to, you know, go day to day and, you know, like, and now they have to deal with this. And like you said, it's just imminent. They wouldn't be doing this. They wouldn't be spending the money they're spending and using the resources they're doing if they're not planning to do something extra. Like they're setting up their chess pieces, like you said.
Yeah, and I'm just trying to figure out, like, what does joint seizure and comprehensive superiority, like, we are the masterverse.
Yeah.
No, you guys.
Okay, they're joining together to seize in a comprehensive agreement that we're superior to you.
There you go.
Okay.
Definitely not good news.
Whatever you say.
All right. And then in our last story tonight, this is from Dominion News, formerly known as Fox News. Trump receives unanimous endorsement from Border Patrol Union. National Border Patrol Council president says that only Trump can fix problems at the border that put our country in peril. Official union of the U.S. Border Patrol announces full support of former President Trump during a rally in Prescott Valley, Arizona on Sunday. During the rally, Trump told the crowd that he was honored to receive the endorsement of the union and the entire union of Border Patrol agents. The National Border Patrol Council. It's a great honor, Trump said. They said it was unanimous. Thousands of people.
The most in history.
The most people in history. Then he invited Paul Perez and the president of National Border Patrol Council onto the stage. Perez says, if we allow Border Czar Harris to win this election, every city, every community in this great country is going to go to hell. The untold millions of people unvetted who she had allowed into this country that are committing murders, rapes, robberies, burglaries, and every other crime will continue to put our country in peril.
I love that somebody from the border is calling her the border czar. That is just... But, you know, it's funny because Kamala Harris, you know, claimed at one of her speeches that the Border Patrol endorsed the border bill. But yet, you know, if they really did, wouldn't they be against Trump for, you know, what they claim his hand in, you know, crushing that bill and, you know, telling people not to vote on it? So wouldn't they be angry at him? But now they're endorsing him. So obviously that was just smoke in the wind.
Well, it's because they had 4 years of his presidency and 4 years the latter. And now they know exactly why he did what he did. Beforehand, they didn't know. The only thing that we heard was, oh, we're putting kids in cages. Blah, 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 blah. Like that's what they heard from the mainstream media for 4 years.
Yep. And it's...
Yep.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, I was just going to say, Kamala Harris, she's also, it's weird because now that she's getting closer to the election and she's trying to gain support from all these other people, now she's starting to say that, you know, there's issues with drug trafficking, with human trafficking, like all this other kind of stuff, right? But so then if you're worried about children being safe who are just flooding in here with God knows who, wouldn't you want to separate them and make sure that these people are actually their family members and not cartel and not coyotes? That's the whole point of just seeing what's going on. And if you're having a huge influx and you don't have enough border support, it's going to take some time to figure it out.
Exactly. And on top of that, it's not just the Spanish countries. There are people coming from all around the world You got the Haitians coming in. You've got Asian, Chinese people coming in from different areas. We don't know who they are and what what their intentions are here. Now, and regardless of what race you are, it's there's supposed to be a structure in place, so that we could identify who you are, put you in the proper areas, and help you thrive here in the United States. That's the key. That's why you can't just let anybody in and let the floodgates roll over.
Yeah, because they got everybody seeking asylum so that way they can get around our laws.
Yeah, because they have to know who they're dealing with, where they're going to live, and how to properly, merge their culture in, and at the same time understand what it's like to be an American. You can't do that when you just throw 20 million people in. Like who's going to take on that role? That's right. You can't let the flood in and then figure out how you're gonna deplete the water later. You gotta have some kind of something in place. Exactly. Well, anyways, you got any final thoughts for today? Oh, this was a great show. A lot of great topics, but I'm still just reeling off of the whole Obama thing because I think it's great. I think it's great because they propped him up as being pretty much the messiah to the Black community, and he just shot his own foot with that. Yeah, so he did. It's good because he really wasn't for the Black community. Trump did way more for the Black community, and that's just not throwing fluff. He actually did. I mean, there was Noriega who came out and said, Noriega the rapper who came out and said he's voting for Trump because of the First Step Act. That he knows a lot of people that got their sentences reduced and were able to go home within a month because of that. So and what did Obama actually do? He did it for other communities, not for the Black. Exactly. Yeah, and to put it in perspective, I made one of the years under Trump I was out of the country, but in the 3 years under Trump, I made more money in those 3 years than the whole entirety of Obama's presidency. I mean, the proof is in the pudding. It just is what it is. Like, what do you expect? And then now I've actually gone like this in this one. So it's a clear decision for me. Yeah, I'm making more salary and I'm taking in less money. Like, there's something wrong with that. Yeah, tell me about it. So my final thoughts, I mean, if we're just going to go through everything we went. So Obama says Black people suck right now. We had a real fake assassination attempt. Tony Stark really does exist. Drones are going to be the end of humanity. China's dipping their toe into forbidden water. And I believe Trump said that he's going to hire more border agents and give them a raise. Yes. So, ladies and gentlemen, under Trump, here are your new border agents. Woo! There we go. He's got the goods. Gold-plated everything. You want to look like this guy, you know exactly who to vote for. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, he's definitely making that bread. Anyways, but that's our show, ladies and gentlemen. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Join our Discord if you want to join this team. We've got plenty of openings coming up. We got a lot of networks and a lot of shows coming up over the next couple of months that we're going to need to fill in positions and a bunch of things. Also, check out our website. Don't forget that. If I pull that up again. I love it. There it is. Got our beautiful faces. Look at me with that glorious gray beard. There's Biddy right there. Her profile. Yeah. I know, right? This website's so great. It really is. And also, if you want to see a lot more news and highlights and us going across the country and having and being able to talk with different personalities and things, which, by the way, on Wednesday, our buddy Thomas, aka T-Bone, he's got something in store for you guys. So yes, I'm so excited. I've got some stuff to show you with him. And he was up in Pennsylvania this week with. I was about to say Tim Waltz. He was probably listening in. That's why. Yeah, but JD Vance. Yeah. JD Vance, and he did a couple things there to help us out. But anyways. Wow. Thank you guys for joining us tonight. It's been a pleasure. Biddy, Love working with you on Mondays. Hopefully we do a lot more work in the future. And we will see you guys on Wednesday at 8:30 sharp.
Bye.
See you later.